In just 3 days, I turned leftover coffee grounds and eggshells into this gentle liquid fertilizer that my plants absolutely love. This is a simple, step-by-step method you can repeat all season long using things you already have in your kitchen. No special equipment, no bad smells if you do it right, and no guessing about what's going into your soil. Follow along with me, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to mix it, steep it, strain it, dilute it, and safely use it on your vegetables, flowers, and container plants. First, let's quickly talk about what you'll need so you can get everything ready before we start. You'll want used coffee grounds from your normal daily coffee, saved up over a few days in a small container. You'll also need clean, dried eggshells that you've rinsed, allowed to dry on a paper towel, and then crushed into small pieces with your hands. For the container, a 5-gallon bucket works perfectly, but any large, clean plastic or food-safe container will do. You'll also need non-chlorinated water, a wooden spoon or stick for stirring, a simple kitchen strainer or colander, and a watering can or jug for applying the finished liquid to your plants. Now let's start day 1, when we actually build the base of this liquid gold. Begin by filling your 5-gallon bucket about 3/4 full with non-chlorinated water. If you only have tap water, fill the bucket the night before and let it sit out so some of the chlorine can evaporate. Once the water is ready, add about 1 to 2 cups of used coffee grounds to the bucket, depending on how strong you'd like the final fertilizer to be. The coffee grounds will float, sink, and swirl around, and that's exactly what we want. Next, take a good handful of your crushed eggshells and sprinkle them into the bucket so they spread across the surface before sinking slowly toward the bottom. Once the coffee grounds and eggshells are in the bucket, it's time to mix everything together so the extraction process can begin. Take your wooden spoon or stirring stick and stir the mixture thoroughly, reaching all the way down to the bottom of the bucket. Move the spoon in slow circles until the grounds and shells are evenly distributed throughout the water, and you start to see the water turning slightly cloudy and brown. This stirring step helps nutrients from the coffee and calcium from the eggshells make contact with the water more quickly. When you're satisfied that everything is well mixed, cover the top of the bucket loosely with a clean cloth, old towel, or piece of mesh. You want to keep dust, insects, and debris out while still allowing air to move in and out of the bucket. Now that your mixture is stirred and covered, choose a good place for it to steep for the next 3 days. You don't want it sitting in direct, harsh sunlight all day, because that can heat the mixture too much and encourage the wrong kind of bacteria. Instead, pick a shaded or partially shaded location, such as the corner of a patio, under a bench, in a garage, or inside a garden shed with some airflow. Slide the bucket into place, make sure the cloth is loosely covering the top, and then simply leave it alone to start working. During this first day, the coffee and eggshells begin releasing their nutrients into the water, and a mild earthy aroma will slowly develop as the process gets underway. On day 2, it's time for a quick check-in and a gentle stir to keep everything moving in the right direction. Remove the cloth carefully and look inside the bucket. You should notice that the water has darkened to a light or medium brown color, showing that the coffee grounds are releasing their nutrients. Some grounds may be floating, some may be stuck to the sides, and others will have settled at the bottom. The eggshells will be visible but a bit softer looking as they slowly break down. Take your stirring stick again and give the mixture a thorough but gentle stir, scraping along the bottom and sides to lift any settled material back into the water, then replace the cloth on top. As you stir on day 2, pay attention to the smell and appearance so you know everything is on track. A mild, earthy coffee-like scent is a good sign, and the surface should look calm without any thick scum or mold. If you detect a strong rotten odor, sharp ammonia smell, or see fuzzy mold growth on top, it means something has gone wrong and you should discard the mixture and start over with fresh ingredients. Most of the time, though, if you used clean materials and kept the bucket covered, you'll simply have a pleasant earthy aroma that tells you this brew is coming along nicely. Once you've checked the smell and stirred everything well, cover it up again and let it sit for 1 more day. On day 3, your liquid gold is ready to finish and prepare for use, and this is where we turn a bucket of kitchen scraps and water into a clean, usable fertilizer. Start by removing the cloth and taking a look at the color now. It should be a deeper, richer brown than the day before. Set up a clean container or another bucket, and place your kitchen strainer or colander over the top. Carefully pour the contents of your brewing bucket through the strainer, allowing the dark brown liquid to flow into the clean container below, while the coffee grounds and eggshell pieces are caught in the strainer. Take your time and pour slowly so you don't spill, and if needed you can gently press the grounds with the back of a spoon to squeeze out any last drops of liquid. When you're done straining, you'll have a container full of concentrated liquid fertilizer and a strainer filled with wet coffee grounds and eggshell fragments. Don't throw those solids away, they still have value. You can add them directly to your compost pile, bury them lightly in a garden bed as slow-release organic matter, or spread them thinly under mulch around ornamental plants. Now, before you put this liquid anywhere near your plants, you must dilute it. The concentrated brew is too strong and could stress or burn plant roots. A good starting point is a 1-to-1 dilution, which means mixing equal parts of your liquid gold and clean water in a separate watering can or jug before applying it. Before we move on to exactly how and where to use this fertilizer, if you're finding this kind of practical, no-nonsense gardening tutorial helpful, take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It lets YouTube know that this kind of organic, budget-friendly gardening content is worth sharing with more people. It also helps you, because every week I post new step-by-step guides on soil health, composting, natural fertilizers, and simple ways to grow more food in your own backyard. Go ahead and hit like and subscribe now, and then we'll talk about how to get the best results from this liquid gold. Now let's talk about how to use this fertilizer safely and effectively in your garden. After you've mixed your 1-to-1 dilution in a watering can, take it out to your plants and focus on the soil, not the leaves. Pour the liquid slowly around the base of each plant, letting it soak into the root zone where it can do the most good. For an average-sized tomato plant or pepper plant, 1 to 2 cups of diluted fertilizer is plenty per feeding. For larger shrubs or big containers, you can use a bit more. For smaller herbs or young plants, use less, and always err on the side of being gentle. This is a supplement, not a replacement for regular watering, so apply it when the soil is moist, not bone dry. Frequency is important too, if you want steady, reliable results instead of sudden surges of growth. For most vegetables and flowering plants during the growing season, feeding them with this diluted liquid gold every 7 to 10 days is a great schedule. For container plants, which dry out faster and have less soil volume, you might choose to feed them a little more often, such as once a week. For young seedlings or freshly transplanted plants, you can cut the strength in half by adding even more water and apply it lightly every 2 weeks. Over time, you'll start to notice deeper green leaves, sturdier stems, and more consistent flowering and fruiting across your garden. The real beauty of this coffee and eggshell fertilizer is what it does for your plants over time. The nitrogen from the coffee grounds supports strong leaf and stem growth, helping your plants build the green engine they need to capture sunlight and produce energy. The calcium from the eggshells plays a key role in building sturdy cell walls and can help prevent issues like blossom end rot in tomatoes and peppers when used alongside good watering habits. You get a gentle, slow, steady feed of nutrients that supports overall plant health instead of overwhelming them with a harsh chemical blast. And all of this comes from leftovers that would normally go straight into the trash. Let's quickly recap the full 3-day process so you can feel confident trying this yourself. On day 1, you fill a bucket 3/4 full with non-chlorinated water, add 1 to 2 cups of used coffee grounds and a generous handful of crushed eggshells, stir thoroughly, cover loosely with a cloth, and place the bucket in a shaded spot. On day 2, you uncover it, check the smell, give it another good stir, and cover it again. On day 3, you strain out the solids, compost them or add them to your beds, and dilute the dark liquid 1-to-1 with clean water before applying it around the base of your plants. That's all there is to it, and yet the impact on your garden can be huge over a full season. Before we wrap up, I want to encourage you to think of this as a small but powerful habit in your gardening routine. Every time you make coffee and crack an egg, you're creating free ingredients for your next batch of fertilizer. Instead of throwing them away, you can store them, brew them, and turn them into something that helps your plants grow stronger and your harvests become more reliable. This is what organic gardening is really about, turning everyday waste into value, working with simple processes, and getting healthy food out of your backyard with minimal cost and fuss. Now, I'd love to hear from you. In the comments, tell me which plants you're most excited to feed with this liquid gold. Maybe it's your tomatoes, your roses, your container herbs, or a favorite plant you've had for years. Your ideas and experiences help shape future videos, and other gardeners learn from what you share too. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming guides on soil health, composting, and organic pest control. Thanks for spending this time with me in the garden, and as always, happy gardening.